Greetings, mortals, I am the Fallen Shogun and welcome to the First Impression. Today's Eximius seized the front line. I've done this before, 3 years ago, and the game is now, I think, looking to get out of early access. So Eximius seized the front line. It's one of those rare first-person shooter RTS hybrids. What's an RTS first-person shooter hybrid? You have a load of players, you're playing in first or third person. There's a few of them out there, fantasy or sci-fi or shooters. And one guy controls a base. The base is controlled in the first person. Usually you have to take over a special building and then they get into an RTS commander mode. So there was a guy somewhere around here in RTS mode putting down buildings. He builds a barracks, he builds engineers. Engineers you can then control in a top-down view to go and grab buildings. How it usually works is the soldiers, like you see, this guy, the commander has just given me 3 infantry who are now following me. The soldiers become his commanders. You see the top left, there are 5 people in this battle. One of them is the commander. Obviously we're just about to lose, but I thought I'd tell you. And they go and grab points. There are points on the map. We bring them down. You can see where enemy forces and allied forces is. This is an ABC capture map. Capture those, you win. But there are different points on the area. Your commander will need money. Your commander will need power. Money and power, of course, build things. So the commanders out there have the soldiers following them, and they're out and capturing points. That gives them more power on the field of battle. And then, of course, you capture A, B, and C, the final points to win. Now, there are vehicles in the map, as you can see. There's a tank over there. And obviously there is regular infantry, and obviously the commanders. So I've got a battle suit. I'm going to bring in an assault Vanguard battle suit. And that's how it goes. You are fighting. Now, the main thing, of course, from that is if you're playing RTS or first-person shooter, the RTS commander is just RTS. That's all it is. It'll be the first-person mode. How good is the first person? Now, the guns, some of them sound very, very anemic. You know, they sound like they just don't have the punch. But there are multiple different guns which you can put upgrades on. There's Anvil. They have a huge amount of kickback. It's actually... Oh, my soldiers got hit. I'm going down. Anvil's killing me. They have a huge amount of kickback. You're a medic, aren't you? F to resupply. Oh, there's different types of soldiers. You resupply, what are you? You're a medic? Taking hits. Okay, I've got no health. And we're losing. Got a tank going down. Field support. Okay, I have 1 soldier left. E. Okay, I need you to hunker down. Take more cover, soldier. So yeah, as you're obviously capturing things, the enemy team are capturing things. There is an AI mode in the game. Currently it's just AI, so I'm able to talk about it. Okay, there's a guardian trooper, and there's 2 different sides. One's very robot heavy, one's very regular trooper heavy. So obviously we have like a kind of sort of like an old school class mech. The other side, instead of this elite soldier, would have actual Terminator-like soldiers. Obviously the enemy commanders also have their drop pod. So I pulled in an assault pod, as you saw, which means I can now do this with my assault using flamethrowers. I can go. See, I'm marking soldiers. That was bad. There we go. There's different things. There's machine guns, there's assault rifles. You can actually change how things work. Oh, there's one of the robots I'm talking about. And obviously there's tanks. You can't get in the tank, I'm afraid to say. You can't drive a vehicle. Your commander is the only one who can control those in RTS mode. So if you see an APC going down the road, or a tank as we saw earlier, you can't just go, that looks cool, I want that. You can't do that. You can only control your soldier and whatever soldiers are given to you. You can't tell a soldier to follow you. A commander has to give you them. So if your commander's incompetent, there won't be any troops following you. If your commander's AFK, you won't be getting any building stuff going on. So you have to make sure your commander is at least vaguely there. But the AI, if you have an AI soldier, like an AI commander up top, they will do something. But again, it takes up a spot. Now if you upgrade your gear, you go find a supply pod, you can see you get health from it. You can get ammo from it. You can purchase new gear. As you can see, you have 2 guns and a heavy. Now you can upgrade your weapon, assault package, which just gives it range. I can just see. Let's get the grenade launcher, and I also want to see you can get a submachine gun. Let's get a rocket launcher. Actually, let's get a submachine. Okay, so we have this. So my assault rifle is now, as you can see, got an aim. Each of the packages gives different equipment upon it. So you build your guy to how you want. Maybe you want better aim. Maybe you want high explosive ammo. Let's see, I've got a grenade launcher. I should have upgraded this, and I have a machine gun. Maybe the rocket launcher would have been better, but it appears to me we're the only ones who have tanks. So there's a lot of things going on. It is quite tactical. It is quite strategic. Like I say, I would like the... See, there's no one here, as you can see this. There's no other person playing at this point in time, and I can take the commander over. The AI is sort of like going along in the background and doing its best. But, yeah, it wants a human to do it rather than AI. And I'm not good at the RTS mode of this. I have not played enough to know how properly to do the RTS. There's a flamethrower up top. You can see on the map there is a commander dead ahead of me. That's what that marker is. That's a commander, I think. Each commander has his own little marker, identifying marker. There's castle. Couple of hits. Come on, Marine. That's a bit high. There's Beetle. He's been down. So the commander gets downed, and then you can kill him. So you can get commanders up. You have to obviously kill the commanders, because obviously they're the ones capping all the points, capping all the places. Like, regular engineers can do that, but regular engineers are rubbish. So it's all down to your soldier on the field. That's because now I'm here, we're holding. So there's different types of soldiers. There are support soldiers who deploy a heavy machine gun. Can you tell where they are? There are field support, they give you ammo and health, they're following you. There are regular Marines, there are elite Marines. Elite Marines can capture things. And of course, then there is the heavy elite mech soldier. Ours, of course, was the Walker, and then they have the Terminator style. There's also, of course, a tank and an APC. Our tank is currently there. Where are they shooting? And that's the game. So, we need this ammo, this money point over here. Oh, there's an entire team. Aim! Flamethrower. That's a mule. And if you die, of course, you go down, but there's no soldiers following me, so no one's going to pick me up. Maybe that Marine. There's Bravo. There we go. Oh, I'm down. That Marine won't get me up, and there's no commanders next to me. The AI is actually pretty good at getting you up in the nearby. Come on, Beetle. Come on, Beetle. Come on, Beetle! I just said you're gonna get no! And when you die, you lose your upgrades and the gear you're on. So I've just lost my assault command package, and I've lost all the upgrades I showed. And my machine gun, which I'm very upset with. But of course, when you die, you get dropped back in. So here's our commander right now, Anchor. That's why he's not moving. This is our commander. He's currently in command mode. So you want to, you can shoot the commander in their head. Of course, to do that, you have to get in the base, which has defensive gear on it. There's usually turrets. Okay, I need better gear. This is my battle. Who's just left a battle pod here? Can I just use it? Yeah, okay. I'll use someone else's battle pod. I guess someone else jumped into this server and decided not to do it. So, another thing you're going to have issues with, I'm talking a lot, is the big unfortunate part of the game. Now, I've talked to a few people. A load of people like the game. Now, luckily, there is AI. That's what we're able to do. We're about to lose. Yeah, we only have 4 points left. We're about to lose. There is AI in the game. As you can see, you can have a good fight with them. Commander's on the best. But the problem you're going to run into is the game's been in early access for 3 years. I'm playing this a little bit early in the day, so there's not many on the EU side. But there isn't that many players active. At the height of it, during, let's say, prime time for the EU and the US, there was probably 30 players. Now that's enough for 3 full games. There was 2 full games running at one point, and you can also play PvE, where it's just you versus, increasing waves of soldiers and so on, which is only like 5 people. But I've only ever seen about 30, maybe 40 players at a push. And that's because this game was currently being promoted at that time. So there's a few small YouTubers and an entire site called G-Round giving it away for free. For a 2-week test, is how I've got this. So for a 2-week test, there was 40 primetime players while it was free. Yeah. And that's the problem you get with these kind of games. Let me just go find another server and carry on talking. I really thought BS Kitty was a real person then for a second. I do like the naming. But yes, as this commander's getting in, you see him getting some soldiers. Unless you have friends to play with you, here's the building mode, you will have to be mostly playing against the AI. Now maybe it will change when it does fully enter real... Oh, it's going to be a full 6-man Marine squad. As you can see, the engineers called it, gone in, there will now be a drop, getting everything set up. So the AI is works. But yeah, unless you want to play against real people, you're going to have to wait till it fully releases. And unfortunately, the interest for these style of games is not really there. As you can probably tell by the fact that, yeah, even during, say, weekend prime time for gaming, which is like 6 PM my time, which would be like, you know, 1 PM for Americans, East Coast, and so on. There's only 30-40 people total. There we go, that's being built. Obviously then you can start choosing things. You can choose upgrades, you can choose troops. You now have more soldiers being made from the barracks, with all those men being made. We won't be needing money to support that. We need obviously energy to keep more going on. It's slowly building up at the bottom left. Ammo, money, energy. Let's hit my squad. And it's good. It is a good game. Obviously the recoil is insane. You have to do burst fire mostly. You can see the actual commanders fight. The actual commanders do fight. And if you have a... See this guy is actually healing me. Because I have one with me. So actually having these guys in your squad helps. Okay, is he down? There we go. Push, push, push. So the AI does make it worthwhile to play if you just want to play as a straight up shooter. And maybe play other things. Just... Is this blocking this? Good. There we go. So key captain is supposed to go in here and holding F. Just if you want, get out of the way. Just if you want to play against other players, the numbers will not really match. So with that out of the way, player base is always a big problem for these kind of games. It is fun, like I say. Some of the guns do sound a little bit anemic. I want to hear a bit more of a heavy thud. People always make the guns sound extremely light and feathery when they go slightly futuristic. You don't hear, you know, the heavy thud, thud, thud of a gun. So the kickback is there, but the kickback is there in a bad way. Because obviously, like I've said, most of the weaponry feels very much like it's shooting the sky. There you go. No. Oh, he's still alive. Regular soldiers die really quickly, and they usually clump up. As you see, I've lost like 4 guys. Oh, come on, you can do it. No, don't heal that Marine, heal me. Thank you. Thank you very much. The models are pretty good. The actual sounds, apart from that, are very good. I did just talk about the guns, but, you know, the vehicles sound good. The music, when it plays, is good. Oh. And the AI will actively try and flank you, will actively try and group up. The AI will work together to murder you. It will bring in soldiers. It will bring in vehicles. They even bring in air support occasionally and start using missiles. And obviously each and every soldier can even bring in a special assault thing, as you saw with the battle suits. So we're going to bring in a siege vanguard. So you just want to use a siege vanguard. So there can be up to 5 different types. To be fair, there's usually 4 different types exactly at the same time. Oh, come on. I was just talking about how good you are. Don't charge an entire squad. Well, here's Beetle now. Now, this is probably a really bad place to do this, because I'm taking fire. I'm taking a lot of fire. Give me the helmet. Uh oh, it's got rushed. It's got rushed. They really wanted A point. The Banana Republic just killed me with XM13 combat rifle. I think I need to upgrade my combat rifle. What are these two doing? They're both holding this. Hold on, castle. Proud of you. Now, obviously, if there was a real commander in, you could actually click on a soldier and tell him to go somewhere. Obviously, you can't make you go somewhere. Then you have a waypoint on your hood, which tells you should probably go this direction. Full auto, uses 5, uses better stability. 10 mag, minus 32 ammo, best stability. Let's go for better stability. And an ATR rifle, purely because I've yet to master the art of using this properly. It's basically an anti-tank rifle. The commander also has access to a infantry squad drop at any one time. I think this either needs a new building or to be upgraded, but you can have a squad drop. And of course, deploying heavy machine gun teams is really good. They also have a infantry limit. They can't just spam thousands of infantry and drown you in the soldiers. This isn't the Imperial Guard. You have to use them strategically.
A victory point has been taken from us.
Gotta go around this building.
A squad lead has been KIA.
Yeah, a bit better. You've lost all the points. Oh, there's an Iron Guard. Iron Guards have way too much health. One thing I have noticed, if the AI or a player deploys too much of the big elite troops at the end, it's very hard to clear them. Now, I had one point a few days ago where there was like 7, 8 of these Iron Guards on it, which would be those big sort of walker soldiers on our side, and it took about 7 guys with heavy weapons to clear them. And it was like a 5-minute fight to clear them. It was a bit of a nightmare. So you've got soldiers moving out, got some squads moving out. I might just follow one of my guys.
Our base is taking damage.
What the? What was that? My base can't be taking that much damage, you just deleted a building. Gauntlet CPC, a supply crate. Let's go Gauntlet CPC.
The enemy is now.
Can't use this very well either.
A victory point has been taken from us.
Oh, Beetle. Come on, Castle. Come on, Castle. Yeah, the world you're in is obviously an old ruined city. We've got a deployed turret there.
HQ reports our structure is under enemy fire.
You can deploy structures nearby capture points, and you can see to my left on the map. That means obviously they can't take it until they destroy the building. That's good. Let me give it an attack command order there. Still only me. Which means to take on A. Luckily, I have a couple of other commanders with me.
The enemy is now big. Our structures are taking damage.
Okay, that's been taken. We now push up this way because my order's been given to attack there. That's the AI commander in motion. With a human player, you can also talk in-game. There is in-game comms. So they can't give an order and tell you. There's Charlie, can I get to him?
We have 300
That's Castle. Oh, he died! Just as I was about to click on him. How do I get up there? I'd very much like for it to deploy me a new suit.
victory point has been
Oh.
taken. Be advised, the forward position is ready.
Oh, Galam has just a new player. So yeah, tactics are very, very, very important.
A squad lead has been KIA.
You can easily be wiped out by the AI if you don't quite help out enough. Because the AI, they do clump. They massively clump. So you could get like a big ball of your heroes, a big ball of their heroes.
They are capturing one of our resources. Our base is taking damage.
As you can see, these things take a lot of hits.
An allied hacker has fallen.
Oh, God, it's a mule!
The enemy is out of base. Our structures are taking damage.
Yeah, it was obviously going to happen. And if your commander isn't doing very well, well, then you're also screwed that way. But Nomad's here, so now we have another player. Oh, artillery! Oh, that's major artillery. What was that? So in conclusion, because there's a conclusion here, Absolutely love the game. I love FPS RTS games. I played Savage and Savage 2. There's also that Marine one where I can't remember the name. You had to fight against sort of like a Zergy-like force. I love FPS RTS games. I have since my entire life. There's very, very few of them on the market. Just this one hasn't had that much attention, as in the world of gamers, not as in the game. In the game itself, it's had a lot of attention, and it's just a shame. So I'd love to see this do very, very well. Just needs more attention, needs more people playing. I still feel the guns need a little bit more of a sound kick.
They are capturing one of our research.
That's just me. Who is he? He is Nomad. His feet on anchor, pushing C. Okay. And yeah, this game could do really, really well.
The enemy is at our base.
Don't know how much longevity there is, but in most of these games, you just have to have fun with what you've got while you're playing it.
A victory point has been taken from us.
Incendiary package, that would have been cool. Anyway, I've been the Fallen Shogun. This game has been Eximius, Sieze the Frontier. Was it Frontline? Big Frontline.
Use the new tech.
And yeah, I recommend it. I do recommend it. I think I do recommend it a little bit more if you have more friends as well. See, these things take a lot of hits. You have to use anti-tank weapons against them almost. Oh, there we go. New tech available. So upgrading still. My God, point blank range. Anyway, yeah, take care, be awesome, be epic, be amazing, and I'll be seeing you again in the next one. Till next time, I've been the Fallen Shogun. Stay safe, stay epic. Die, 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 die. Still not. Look at that. I'm gonna get pushed again. This is where I died last time.